Hello, my name is Lucas Pfeiffer, and this is my aircraft comparison assignment for the third discussion thread in AVIA 360. So today we're going to be comparing four aircraft, a new King Air 260, a new Piper M600, a new Cessna SkyCourier, and a new Epic E1000GX. Alright, so in terms of prices, they are in the same ballpark. However, the Cessna Courier all the way down to the Piper is almost double the price for the Cessna SkyCourier, which quite a big difference there, but they're all, in the single-digit millions, if that makes it better. And then some other important things to note is the maximum range. So 1,403 for the King Air, 1,406 for the Piper, 787 for the Cessna, which is pretty rough. However, it has some other benefits that we'll talk about a little bit later, and the Epic with 1,232. So certificated altitude, that's another important thing, 35,000, 30,000, 25,000, and 34,000 respectively. And then true airspeed, 256, 184, 160, and 238. Most notably the King Air and the Epic going quite a bit faster than the Piper and the Cessna. Cessna specifically, which only goes about 160 knots. And then, yeah. Alrighty. Next. This is kind of something I put together, looking up just different features of each aircraft. So for seating, for the King Air is 6, with the pilot seats it's 2. For the Piper, 4, 6 with the both front seat, the pilot seats. The Cessna SkyCourier is 18, max 20, and then for the Epic it's 4, max 6. So the Piper and the Epic are more smaller. Like if you see in the last one we had a CEO as an example. So if you need that or other important personnel to get from place to place while having a business meeting, those would be really beneficial, whereas something like the Cessna would be more helpful for if you need to take a bunch of salesmen somewhere. So that would be kind of the trade-off there. We talked about how the Cessna doesn't go as fast. It is really expensive for what you're kind of getting, and whereas the other ones are more luxurious. They go faster, but they just don't have as much room. And then for connectivity, which is very important as this is a business aircraft, and a lot of business is online. So in the King Air we have Wi-Fi and Starlink. Then the Piper has PlaneSync, which kind of connects to the avionics, and you can check fuel levels. That's more for pilot side. Then you just have cellular, so not much in the Piper. Same with the Cessna, there's not anything special, it's just G1000 connectivity. And then the Epic is FlightStream 510 plus Starlink. So that's kind of the best one out of these four. However, the King Air is going to be doing the same. Starlink is really the important part with being able to get Wi-Fi signal for your devices. Then de-icing, King Air has wing boots, engine de-icing. Piper, wing and tail boots. Cessna, wing and prop boots. And then the Epic is specifically certified for FICI and has all that, as well as I think a weeping edge. So yeah, and then minimum runway, obviously you're going to be going to a lot of different places, and how long it takes you to take off determines what airports you can take off from, and if one of those is closer to one of the job sites you need to get to, it's more beneficial. So the lowest is the Epic at 2,400 feet, Piper 2,700, King Air 2,900, and then the Cessna at 3,010. All not terrible, and you're honestly not gonna have any problem with any of them. But like I said, the smaller the shorter the better. Then luxury features, just how comfortable is it? The King Air, fold-out tables and reorganizable cabin to what you kind of need it for, whether that's like sort of a business room or like just a normal plane. And then the Piper doesn't have much. It's got fold-out tables. Cessna, not even considered a luxury aircraft, is just kind of for transporting people. And then the Epic has a good spacious cabin and advanced soundproofing, so you don't have to be worried about hearing the other people at all or anything like that. So yeah. And then aircraft use policies, kind of something I put together. So a large part of accidents caused in aviation is due to pilot error, and one part of pilot error is making sure the pilot is going to do well, and so is that they get enough rest and the I'm safe checklist and things like that. So rest is a big thing in the industry. A lot of people just try and work themselves until they do make an error, which is not great. So for the policy that I put in place, I'm going to require pilots to have a minimum of a 10-hour rest period, something they do here at Liberty, and I think it works well. And then the maximum allowed flight is 6 consecutive flight hours. So basically, from when you take off, you need to land within 6 hours, and then a max of an 8-hour flight day. So let's say you fly 4 hours, take a stop for an hour, half an hour, and then another 4 hours to your next stop would be the max. And this is kind of backed by current industry professionals, and they kind of have similar things. Obviously, when you get to the bigger airlines, they're having you sleep on the jet because, you got to fly to Australia or a place like that where the flight is much more than 8 hours. But yeah, that's my presentation. Thank you.